couple things with background. So you can double click and you can resize over here with the slider if you want to. You can also drag this and move it. You can resize it by dragging, and you'll see that little percentage when I am dragging it. So you can see it's at 64, 65. Another handy little tool here in Gem Alert. Down here in the lower right, there's what we call the eye icon. It's like an eyeball. So you can click that and it lets you see what's inside and outside the workspace. And I do like this because if I'm resizing or repositioning, you might like a little bit different part of the image. You know, or you could make it bigger, but you want more of the snow or you want more of the sky. So you can just see what's happening outside. And that's just here in the lower right. And it looks like an eyeball. So you can move that back and forth and toggle. You can continue to move your books around where you want to. Couple things additionally with the background step. You can add a color behind, which is kind of an interesting idea, because then you can add some transparency. And I'll click through some colors here. See how it really changes the look and feel of that image. So it can, you might have found the perfect image, but the colors aren't quite right. Try adding a color behind and then just adjusting your transparency to see how you like that. Another neat tip for backgrounds is to blur them just a tiny bit. So when you blur the background, people can still get the feel for what's there, but the reader's eye will settle on what's in focus, which is your beautiful book cover. So that's a nice little tip when you're playing with the background step. You can blur it a whole bunch, or you can blur just a teeny bit and see how you like that. Also in this step, we have border. So you can do a border, and of course you can change the color. And then we have overlays and filters. So overlays lay on top, they go over. And I'll do one here with like this writing so you can see. Once you add it, then you can adjust the transparency. And sometimes that's a neat little option to add in. If you change your mind, you can just use the X to remove it. Filters are kind of like when you're posting to Instagram and you can add a filter, but it's also the place where you can do black and white. That can be another powerful way to bring your book cover in focus. And then also in filters, you can do the fade. So if you want it to fade from the bottom or fade a different direction, now in that case, we could go back and add a color. And then we've got the fade. So try these different ones here. You can see. And I also had the black and white. So let's take that off here and then we'll just filter. So what you're seeing there is the color behind, but it can give you a different look and feel of things. So definitely play around and see what you like, and you can always remove those.